Alright, what's up you guys? Hope you are having a great summer. Sorry for the lack of videos this summer, but you know, it's kind of tough with the whole family home, you know, the boys are home and whatnot, so I'm gonna get this one in. It is a video response, and I believe it started with Dean of DVD. If not, I apologize. But a lot of people have done video responses, and I thought this one was kind of fun. It is your 15 guilty pleasures. Now, I agree with Skin Slip's philosophy that really there are no guilty pleasures in enjoying a film. If you enjoy film, you enjoy it, and you shouldn't feel guilty about it. But I understand, the gist of the question and what they're going for. So here are 15 movies in no particular order that usually I try to watch once a year because they're just enjoyable. I just have a good time with them. So first up, we have Summer School with Mark Harmon, Kirstie Alley. It's just a fun summer movie. If you haven't seen it, it's Mark Harmon teaches a summer school class, and he's kind of a beach bum attitude a little bit, but the cast of characters in his class are very likable. You have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre fans in there, and just a wide variety of students. It's a fun story. It really is. This is the Life's a Beach edition. You have a commentary with Carl Reiner, who directed, and Mark Harmon. Summer school yearbook. I mean, nothing to write home about, but at least you've got an audio commentary on there. And I don't know if this one's on Blu. It might be on Blu-ray. I don't know. So that's Summer School. Next up, now this one really, I'm kind of cheating with this one because you could take your pick out of these three. Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo, or Beat Street. To me, they're all classics. I mean, if I had to pick, probably Breakin' 2 would be my least favorite, even though it's still a really fun film. I gravitated towards these films growing up. I think because it was so different than my own life, because it was either Los Angeles or New York, and like these fantastic dancers, and the music was great. It was music I'd never heard before. Because this is what, 84? No, I want to say one of them was earlier. What do we have? 84, 84. Well, it says they're all 84, but I don't think that's possible. But really, you can't go wrong with either of these three movies. Check them out if you haven't. I don't know how you haven't seen either one of those, really. Next up, one I've talked about several times before, and that's The Wildlife, which is kind of the unofficial sequel to Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It's never officially been released on DVD because of music rights. From what I've heard, was it Eddie? No, not Eddie Van Halen. It might be Eddie Van Halen that's holding up the music rights for this one. That's what I've heard. We'll see. Cameron Crowe, did he write this one or produce it? He produced this one. Yeah, Cameron Crowe wrote it, and then Edward Van Halen did the music, and I think that's what the issue is. You can get it from the Universal Vault series, so I mean, at least you can get it on the DVD format. And of course, there's other ways to get it on DVD. But I would love to see this one just get just a blown out Blu-ray release. Will it ever happen? I doubt it. But at least we've got this one. The characters are all good. The acting's great. The characters are interesting. I think just as interesting maybe as Fast Times. But for some reason, this one never quite got the popularity of Fast Times. But yeah, it's still a solid flick. Okay, this one, ever since I saw it the first time, I always watch it during Thanksgiving. Home for the Holidays with Holly Hunter, Robert Downey Jr.'s in it. We've got, I always mess him up, Dylan McDermott, and then you've got Anne Bancroft, you've got Charles Durning. It's a big ensemble cast about this family that's getting together for Thanksgiving dinner, and Anne Bancroft and Charles Durning play the parents, and then all the kids are coming, for Thanksgiving, and it's just their family dynamics, what's going on in each one of their lives, and kind of how different they are from each other. So it's really good. I really like this one. Jodie Foster directed it. I want to say, because this one has an audio commentary, and I want to say at the time her and Robert Downey Jr. just clashed heads. I don't think they got along very well during the making of this. But this was a while ago. This was 95. And then the sister. Who was the sister? Oh, Geraldine Chaplin. She played Anne Bancroft's sister. She plays it so well. Oh, great. If you haven't seen this one, it's a really good Thanksgiving film, which we don't have much of. We don't have many Thanksgiving films. A Disney guilty pleasure, Sky High. Not many people talk about this one, but I think it's a great Disney movie. It's a good superhero movie. That just kind of gets overlooked, with Kurt Russell and Kelly Preston. I don't know. I mean, it's good. Even Bruce Campbell's in it for a little bit. So I recommend giving this one a whirl if you've never seen it. It's really good. Kurt Russell isn't in it a huge amount because he plays the parent, one of the parents, but he's in it a good amount. I love watching Kurt Russell in Disney movies, even when he was younger. Okay. Necessary Roughness, the football movie from 1991. It's silly, but I don't know. I love it. Scott Bakula, he's going to play the quarterback for this college, and he's older. And what's the girl's name? Kathy Ireland is, the female who's going to come on and be the kicker for the team. And it's just kind of this, feel-good football movie. Silly, but enjoyable. You've also got Robert Loggia, you've got Sinbad, another fun ensemble cast. So that's a good one. We've got the North Avenue Irregulars. I watched this one all the time growing up. This one came out early 80s, late 70s, I want to say. It's about this new preacher at this church, and some money gets mishandled by one of the churchgoers. They kind of get riffraffed out of it, and they try to go and find the money, see who took it, and bring down the crime organization. But it's lighthearted. It's a Disney movie, and you've got Cloris Leachman, and Edward Herrmann's also in it. He plays the new preacher in town. It's not for everybody, but I don't know. It's just, I've always had a soft spot in my heart for this one. Now, these two go together for me. I've noticed a lot of Disney titles in here. Both of the Freaky Friday movies. I love them. I love the original Jodie Foster and Barbara Harris. I've always loved this one. The two actresses do a great job in it, and John Astin is also in it. And then I thought they made a great follow-up to it, and with the newer one, Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, just as fun as the original, in my opinion. To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. The performances were really good, and it's a good story. Patrick's, I watch this and I forget that, for the most part, that these are, men they're men in drag, but you kind of forget that they're men in drag. They play it so well. Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze, John Leguizamo, Stockard Channing is also in it. They end up in this small town, and it's just kind of how they change the town, and the town kind of changes them, and it's fun. It's fun. I like it. Next up, we have Feds, starring Rebecca De Mornay, Mary Gross, and it's another one of those titles that just hasn't really really gotten on official DVD. It has this archive release. They want to join the FBI, and they have to go through the training program, and you know, they always get shit because they're females, and they kind of have to prove that they're just as good as the males. So you've kind of, yeah, which was kind of common in the 80s comedies and stuff. You saw that a lot. But you know, I thought, oh, and Fred Dalton Thompson's also in it. The two, Mary Gross and Rebecca De Mornay, played really well off of each other, and it was a good story. Night Shift, Ron Howard's Night Shift from 82. Another solid story. Michael Keaton, though, really makes this for me. I've always enjoyed kind of crazy, spastic Michael Keaton, and this was one of my favorite roles that he was in. Just kind of the crazy shit that he comes up with, and he plays well off of Henry Winkler, who's very reserved, and you know, Shelley Long's also in it, and the two go and they become pimps because they need to get some money. But yeah, it's really good. It's really good. This is the Snapper Case. The Bad News Bears and Breaking Training. Another one of my favorites. The Bad News Bears, I love that first film. It was funny, and it was sweet, and it just had so much heart, and that really is a movie. It truly is a shame that there isn't a better edition of it. Like, no one ever made a better edition of the Bad News Bears, getting all of the you know, the bears kind of back together, or doing an audio commentary, or getting individual interviews, because I don't know off the top of my head, but I would imagine most of the bears are still around. Whether they still want to be associated with the movie or not, I don't know. But just to get something together, you know, or a retrospective on the bears. Anyways, love that one. You know, then you have the Bad News Bears and Breaking Training. Tatum O'Neal and Walter Matthau aren't in this one, and that's okay. You still have a lot of the kids come back for this one. William Devane plays the coach, and he kind of gets talked into being the coach. Jackie Earle Haley plays. He was great in the first one. He's just as good in this one, and it's just another film that has a lot of heart. You know. You know, and you have the whole ending scene where they're at the Astrodome, and they're going to cut the game short because they're in like the kids' World Series. They're going to cut the game short for time, and you know, the whole crowd starts chanting, "Let them play." It's very, you know, you guys know what scene I'm talking about. You know, another one where I would love to see something with more special features. The special features listed is that it's in widescreen, and it has a Dolby Digital mono track, and it has subtitles. But you know, besides that, great movie. Bringing Down the House, another Disney film. You know, Queen Latifah, Steve Martin, once again, they play well off of each other. Steve Martin plays a very reserved guy. Queen Latifah kind of, you know, plays a more of a loudmouth, and yeah, it's a funny story. Eugene Levy plays Steve Martin's best friend in the film, and I don't know if this is a movie that Disney would make nowadays, because it kind of there are some scenes that might not be PC, so I don't know if they would make this anymore. It was from 2003. Which isn't even that long ago, but there's some stuff in here where I'm like, I don't know if Disney would make this. I want to say Betty White's in this too for a little bit. But yeah, this one's really good. Check that one out. We have a couple left. Grease 2, I talked about this one a little while ago. Not as good as you know, the first one, but this one was really good, and it's the songs that get me. The flippin' songs in this movie are so damn catchy. You know, you have Michelle Pfeiffer and Adrian Zmed. They're like the, you know, the leaders of the Pink Ladies and the Thunderbirds, and then, you know, they have their crew behind them. But it's fun. Maxwell Caulfield plays I think it's Sandy's cousin who comes to town, and that's who he is, and they don't quite know who he is. But there we go, that's Grease 2. And last up, really, I don't see this one as being a guilty pleasure because I think quite a few people like this one, and that's Harry and the Hendersons. Oh, I don't know how many times I watched this one growing up. Just the you know, the practical effects of Harry, you know, of the actual creature, looks so good. John Lithgow plays the dad, and then what was her name? Melinda Dillon plays the mom, and she played the mom in quite a few movies. But she does it great, you know. It's a sweet story of how they take in Harry and they kind of protect him. And you know, Don Amici plays an explorer who's so excited to, you know, to finally see and be in the presence of a Sasquatch. It sounds silly when I explain it, but it's a very sweet movie. And at the end, you almost want to cry when. Well, I won't. It's not even a spoiler. But you know, when John Lithgow has to slap Harry. I love it. So those are my 15 guilty pleasure movies. I guess most of them are from the 80s and 90s, but you know, that's when I grew up. So for anyone who hasn't done a video response to this one, I recommend doing it. It's really fun, kind of going through your collection and pulling out just kind of all your favorite movies that maybe a lot of people aren't into, but that's okay because you're into them. Yeah, so that's it. Hope you guys are doing well, and I will catch you next time.